Namaskaram. In this session, we will learn how to convert a double integral in rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. Okay, these are the solutions of previous homework. Okay, consider a problem. Use polar coordinates to evaluate this integral. Actually, the direct evaluation of this problem in Cartesian coordinates is not easy. But if you convert everything in terms of polar coordinates, then you can easily evaluate the integral. Okay, so let's see how to convert this problem in polar coordinates. So first we have to identify the region of integration. First we have to identify the region of integration. We know that every double integral is of the form double integral over r some function, here it is x square plus y square raised to 3 by 2 dA. We can convert. Okay, this is the notation of double integral. This is the iterative integral representation in Cartesian coordinates. We have to convert this integral in terms of r and theta, polar coordinates. So to convert in terms of polar coordinates, first we have to identify the region of integration. Okay, from these limits. So how to find the region of integration? Okay, and here the first integration is with respect to y. That means here y is varying from 0 to y is equal to square root of 1 minus x. And we know y equal to 0 means this x-axis. Clear? And this is y is equal to square root of 1 minus x square. What is y is equal to square root of 1 minus x square? Okay, y is equal to square root of 1 minus x square. If you square on both sides, this become y square equal to 1 minus x square. So you can take x square left side. So this become x square plus y square equal to 1. And what about this one? Yes, we know that this is a circle with the center origin and radius 1. Right. And but we have one more condition. Y is equal to square root of 1 minus y x square. That means this curve is a part of the circle, but we have a restriction. Y is always non-negative. Y is a positive square root of 1 minus x square. So y is positive means this side. Okay, so upper semicircle. Upper semicircle is y is equal to square root of 1 minus x square with the center 0, radius 1. Okay, so it is clear that a strip is like this because y is varying from 0 to square root of 1 minus x square. Clear? Then what is the range of x? Given that x is varying from minus 1 to plus 1. That means this is minus 1 and this is plus 1. So the strip is moving from this side to up to this side. That means the region of integration is this entire semicircular disk. Okay, so this is our region of integration. Now region of integration is clear. So next we have to convert everything in terms of polar coordinates. That's all. Okay, in polar coordinates we know that x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. So what about x square plus y square? X square plus y square is r square. So in polar coordinates this integral become r square raised to 3 by 2, right? And what is dA in polar coordinates? Yes, it is r dr d theta. Next you have to identify the range of r and range of theta. Okay, and our region of integration is this upper semicircular region. So to cover this region, what is the range of r? R is the radius. Okay, so r should varying from this point to this point, right? So lower value of r is 0. What is the upper value of r? Yeah, upper value of r is 1 because we know that this is a circle, this is a part of a circle with the radius 1. Okay, so upper value is 1. That means r is varying from 0 to 1. Then to cover this semicircular region, what is the range of theta? Theta is the angle from positive x-axis, right? So theta should varying from this point to this point. Then only this this line segment covers entire semicircular region. Okay, so theta is varying from 0 to pi, right? So 0 to pi. So this is the corresponding representation of this double integral in polar coordinates. Okay, this is r square raised to 3 by 2, that is 2 into 3 by 2, that is r raised to 3, right? R raised to 3, r dr d theta. Now this is r raised to 4, then you can easily integrate. Yes, this is r raised to 4, its integral is r raised to 5 by 5, 0 to 1. So when r equal to 1, this become 1 by 5, when r equal to 0, 0. So this become 1 by 5, then its integral is 1 by 5 theta 0 to pi. So this is pi by 5. So the integral of so the value of this double integral is pi by 5. Yes, pi by 5. Okay, second problem. Use polar coordinates to evaluate this integral. Okay, the direct evaluation is complicated, so better we convert everything in terms of polar coordinates. So how to convert polar coordinates? First we have to find the region of integration. Okay, this is change of x, this is change of y. Yes, so here x is varying from y. What is x equal to y? Yes, we know that x equal to y is a straight line like this. Okay, its angle is pi by 4, right? And up to x equal to square root of y. What is x equal to square root of y? If you square it, what happened? X square equal to y. We know that x square equal to y is a parabola. So x equal to square root of y is a part of this parabola, and one restriction, x should be positive because x is equal to positive square root of y. So this portion of the parabola. Okay, so y is equal to x square is a parabola like this, but x is positive, that means this portion of the parabola. Then now it is clear that x is varying from, this is our x equal to y, this is our x equal to square root of y. So you can think about a strip like this. So x is starting from y and ending at x equal to square root of y. Clear? And what is the range of the strip? The strip is moving in y direction up to 0 to 1. Okay, to identify this point, first of all we have to solve this point. What is the coordinate of this point? You can easily solve. Okay, to solve this equation, you can here x equal to root y, this is x equal to y, so you can equate. So y equal to square root of 5, square it, y square equal to y. So y square minus y equal to 0, y into y minus 1 equal to 0. So either y equal to 0 or y equal to 1. Okay, y equal to 0 at this point, and when y equal to 0, what about x? From this equation, y equal to 0 when x equal to 0, and similarly, what is the value of x? When y equal to 1, x equal to 1. Okay, so this is our required pair. So this point of intersection is 1 1. Clear? So now it is clear that the range of y is varying from 0 to 1. That means the strip is starting from this point up to this point. So this is our region of integration. This region is our region of integration. So this is our R. So next we have to convert this region in terms of polar coordinates. Okay, so this is our region of integration, and so this integral become double integral. What is x square plus y square? That is r square, and its positive square root we can take it as r. We know that r is positive in polar coordinates. And what about dx dy? That become r dr d theta. So next you have to identify the range of r and range of theta. Okay, it is clear that our radius vector r is starting from this point. Okay, up to this parabola. Okay, so what is the polar equation of this parabola? The lower value of r is 0, and we have to find the upper value of r from this equation. So we have to convert the we have to find the polar equation of this parabola. So for finding the polar equation, we can substitute x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta, then square it. Okay, so this is r square cos square theta equal to r sin theta. Then you can cancel one r and take cos square theta to right side. So this become r equal to sin theta by cos square theta. So we can express this as 1 by cos theta into sin theta by cos theta. 1 by cos theta is sec theta into tan theta. So r is in terms of theta, right? Now our radius vector in terms of theta. What is r at this parabola? R equal to sec theta into tan theta. So r is varying from 0 to sec theta tan theta. Okay. So 0 to sec theta tan theta. Okay. Then to cover this region, what is the change of theta? Theta strip is actually starting from here, right, and moving like this. So for moving like this, theta is starting from 0 up to this angle. And what is the angle of y is equal to x? That is pi by 4, right? So theta is varying from 0 to pi by 4. So this is the equivalent double integral in polar coordinates. And this is r square, so we know integral of r square is r cube by 3. So this become, okay, so this is equal to r cube by 3, 0 to sec theta tan theta, and here 1 by 3 is common, you can take outside and substitute upper limit and lower limit. So this become 1 by 3, 0 to pi by 4. When r equal to this one, sec theta tan theta whole cube, and r equal to 0, this term becomes 0. Okay. So next we have to integrate this expression. For integrating this term, we use a simple technique. We split this term as like this, sec theta tan theta square into sec theta tan theta d theta. Next, this become actually sec square theta into tan square theta. Then we substitute tan square theta by sec square theta minus 1. Okay. Okay, so this become sec square theta into tan square theta is sec square theta minus 1. The remaining time is sec theta tan theta. Okay. Next we make a simple substitution, that is u is equal to sec theta. Then what about du? Du is equal to sec theta tan theta d theta. Okay, u equal to sec theta, then du equal to sec theta tan theta d theta. So what about our integral? So our integral become 1 by 3 integral. What about sec square theta? That is u square, right? This is u square minus 1, and this term is our du. Okay, so what about the limit? Here theta is varying from 0 to pi by 4. So u is varying from 0 is 1, right, to sec pi by 4. What is sec pi by 4? That is root 2. Okay, so here u is varying from 1 to root 2. So this integral become 1 by 3 integral 1 to root 2 u square into u square minus 1 du. Now it is easily integrable. You just expand the bracket, then integrate. Okay, 1 by 3, 1 to root 2. This is u raised to 4 minus u square du. Its integration is u raised to 5 by 5 minus u raised to 3 by 3, 1 to 2. Okay, then you substitute upper limit and lower limit. So this become 1 by 3. When u equal to root 2, this is 4 root 2, right? And this term become 2 root 2, right? And okay, so you can simplify. So this become, so we compare these two terms. So this is 4 root 2 minus 1 by 5, and compare these two terms. So 1 minus 2 root 2 by 3. So this is the value of this double integral. Okay. Yes, final answer is 4 root 2 minus 1 by 15 plus 1 minus 2 root 2 by 9. Okay. Okay, consider next problem. Find the volume of the solid bounded by x square plus y square equal to 4 and the planes y plus z equal to 4 and z equal to 0. Okay, what is z equal to 0? Z equal to 0 means our xy plane. Clear? And what about x square plus y square equal to 4 in 3D? We know that in 2D it's a circle with a center origin and radius 2. But here there is no restriction for z. So z can take any value. Okay, so totality of so many circles. Suppose a circle together with z equal to 1. That means circle at z equal to 1. Okay, next we consider the same circle with z equal to 2. So the circle at the height of z equal to 2. So the totality gives a cylinder. Okay, so x square plus y square equal to 4 is a cylinder in 3D. Okay, so next one, y plus z equal to 4. That is also a plane. Okay, so a region bounded by these two planes and cylinder. So the region is almost like this. Okay, so we have to find the volume of this shape. This is a cylinder, x square plus y square equal to 4 is a cylinder, infinite cylinder, and bounded below by xy plane, above by this plane z equal to 4 minus y, or x plus y plus z equal to 4. Okay. Okay, so why y plus z equal to 4 is a plane? We know that y plus z equal to 4 is a straight line in our yz plane. Suppose we consider a yz plane. In yz planes, y plus z equal to 4 is a straight line. Clear? But there is no restriction in x. That means a totality of infinitely many straight lines. A straight line at x equal to 0, a straight line at x equal to 1, similarly straight line at a negative x-axis. Okay, the totality of all straight lines form a plane like this. So that's why y plus z equal to 4 is a plane. Okay. We know that volume of a surface bounded by surface and xy region R is a double integral over R fxy dA. Then what is fxy? We know that z is equal to fxy is our surface. So from this equation, z is equal to 4 minus y. So our fxy is 4 minus y. Okay. Okay, so this is our double integral volume. Then what is R? R is the region, this circular region. Okay, this is our region of integration. This is our region of it. So we have to integrate over this region. Either we can use Cartesian rectangular coordinates or Cartesian coordinates or polar coordinates. Suppose we use Cartesian coordinates, then what is the limits? Okay, so suppose I am going to integrate in this order dx dy dx. So you consider a strip like this, and what is the lower value of y? Lower value of the y from the circle, but y is negative. That's why, okay, from this from this equation of circle, what is y square equal to 4 minus x square? So y is equal to plus or minus square root of 4 minus x square. So negative values of y from this is lower circle, positive value of y from the upper circle. Okay, so y is varying from minus square root of 4 minus x square to plus square root of 4 minus x square. Clear? And this is a vertical strip. To cover this entire region, x should varying from this point to this point. Then only this strip covers this entire region. So what is the range of x? X is varying from minus 2 to plus 2. So this is the integral of this, the integral Cartesian form of the integral. But I think this problem is more easily solved if you use the polar coordinates. So what is the polar representation of this integral? So to convert this in polar coordinates, this becomes double integral. This is 4 minus, what is y in polar coordinates? R sine theta, right? So this is the polar form of this function, and r dr d theta. Next we have to identify the range of r and theta, that's all. Our aim is to cover this entire region. So to cover this region, r should vary from this point to this point, right? So what is the lower value of r? 0. And what is the equation of the circle? X square plus y square equal to 2 square. This is 2 square. So radius is 2. So r is varying from 0 to 2, right? So this is 0 to 2. Then our aim is to cover this entire region, entire circular region. So what is the range of theta? Theta is starting from this 0. So theta is 0 to 2 pi. So 0 to 2 pi. So this is the polar representation of this integral. Either you can compute this integral or this one. I think this one is more easy. Okay, so this is actually 4r and this is r square. So integral become 4 into r square by 2. This is r square is r cube by 3 sin theta, and 0 to 2. Next you have to substitute upper limit and lower limit. So when r equal to, okay, you can cancel 1, 2. So 2 times 2 square. So this is 8 minus 2 cube by 3, that is 8 by 3 sin theta. When r equal to 0, when r equal to 0, both are 0. Okay. So next we have to integrate with respect to theta. So this become 8 theta minus 8 by 3, the integral of sin theta, that is minus cos theta. Next you have to substitute upper limit and lower limit. So this become 8 into 2 pi, and this minus minus plus 8 by 3 cos 2 pi. What is cos 2 pi? That is 1. Okay. Minus, when theta equal to 0, 8 theta becomes 0. Minus, oh sorry, this is not minus, minus is plus 8 by 3 cos 0. Cos 0 is again 1. Right. So you can cancel this 8 by 3 and minus 8 by 3. So remaining time is 16 pi. So final answer is 16 pi. Right. Okay. Okay, this is your homework. Thank you.